Accurate, dependable, and late-breaking. This is local and state news on WLEN, Lenawee's local news station.
Hello, Lenawee County. My name is Brian Vish, and this is the WLEN Evening News. Let's get into it. The Blissfield Downtown Development Authority has announced an upcoming workshop focused on AI marketing strategies, aiming to help local business owners boost creativity and social media engagement. The event is part of the DDA's ongoing Business Spotlight series and will feature a presentation by a business director from Rochester, Michigan. The speaker, Anthony Moggio, will lead a session on how artificial intelligence can be used to strengthen branding, outreach, and customer engagement in small-town markets. The presentation is scheduled for July 16th and will be promoted with a flyer expected by the end of the week. According to DDA officials, the session will cover creative approaches to marketing with a focus on practical tools for local entrepreneurs and retailers. The event is free to attend and is part of the DDA's regular series of business education offerings. The DDA members said they are excited to continue expanding professional resources for local businesses, especially through modern technology training. Future sessions may build on this initial AI workshop if participation is strong. Staying in Blissfield, there are plans for new lighting and sound upgrades, including a $50,000 investment in downtown fixtures and a contract for a new sound system. The update was shared during the DDA's regular July meeting, where officials confirmed they met with Red Letter to finalize sound system plans. Both projects are funded through 2 years of saved capital improvement funds. The $50,000 allocation for lighting improvements will be paid from the DDA's capital improvements account. The board also authorized a down payment for the sound system and will coordinate payment through the village treasurer. Officials said no additional vote was needed because the expenses had already been approved in a prior motion. Updated bank statements reflecting the payments are expected next month. The upgrades are part of ongoing downtown enhancements intended to improve event hosting and nighttime visibility. Installation timelines were not confirmed, but work is expected to begin this season. The Hero Banner program will return this fall in Blissfield, with plans to run the Tribute Initiative twice a year to honor local veterans. The program, which features custom banners displaying the names and photos of veterans, will now operate seasonally, once in May for Memorial Day and again in November for Veterans Day. The announcement was made during the DDA's July meeting, where members discussed final logistics and pricing. The banners are the same size as those previously displayed downtown, measuring approximately 18 inches wide. The cost to participate is $89 per banner. Renewals for deceased veterans will be available for $50. The banners are expected to arrive in time for installation by October. Only 38 to 40 banner slots are available, and demand is expected to be high. Forms will be distributed at upcoming community events. The DDA plans to repeat the program each spring and fall, offering residents the chance to honor local service members while enhancing the visual appeal of the downtown district. Gage Cannabis Company in Adrian is one of 20 dispensaries closing across Michigan as its parent company, TerraSend Corp., exits the state's cannabis market and lays off more than 230 employees. According to a worker adjustment and retraining notification filed June 30th with the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, TerraSend will shut down all Michigan retail operations and cultivation facilities later this year. The Toronto-based company is also closing sites in Jackson, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, and Traverse City. The closure affects dispensaries operating under the brand names Gage, Cookies, Lemonade, and Pinnacle Emporium. 4 processing and cultivation facilities in Harrison Township, Warren, Bay City, and Monitor Township will also be shuttered. MLive reports the closures will begin after August 31st, with the full exit completed by the year's end. TerrAscend plans to sell or divest its Michigan assets to help pay down company debt. The company entered the state in 2022 and currently employs 1,200 workers across North America. The company will retain operations in New Jersey, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ohio, California, and Ontario. Affected employees in Michigan account for 21% of TerrAscend's workforce. Share the Warmth of Lenawee is inviting the community to a special volunteer open house on Friday, July 18th at 10 a.m. The event is open to anyone curious about the shelter and how it operates or are looking for ways to give back. Whether you're a longtime volunteer or just thinking about getting involved, this event is for you. Visitors will learn how the shelter works, explore volunteer opportunities, and meet the team. Organizers say it's a chance to ask questions and see firsthand how lives are changed every day. The event will be held at the Share the Warmth's main location on West Maumee here in Adrian. For more information, visit sharethewarmthoflenawee.org. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has announced dozens of appointments to statewide boards and commissions, including representation from Adrian and Dundee. The announcement covers more than 30 boards related to agriculture, health, workforce development, and public policy. Local figures from Lenawee and Monroe counties were among those selected for new roles. Adrian College graduate James DeBruler was appointed to the state's Mental Health Diversion Council. DeBruler is the CEO of Recovery Technology, LLC, and will represent adult service providers within Michigan's local community mental health network. His term runs through January 1st of 2029. In Monroe County, Dundee-based farmer Travis Horkey was reappointed to the Michigan Potato Industry Commission. Horkey, a partner at Horkey Brother Farms, will continue representing the state's fresh potato industry through July 1st of 2028. The full list of appointments includes new and returning members to statewide entities such as the Michigan Education Trust Board, Natural Resources Commission, Public Health Advisory Council, and the Michigan Board of Nursing. All appointments are aimed at supporting public services, industry advancement, or health initiatives across Michigan. Some positions are subject to state Senate confirmation. The state's online appointments portal includes a full breakdown of board roles and current membership rosters. Hidden Lake Gardens invites the community to experience the beauty and tradition of bonsai at their annual Art of Bonsai event this Saturday, July 12th. The celebration runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and includes a full day of exhibitions, demonstrations, and hands-on learning for visitors of all ages and experience levels. Highlights include a regional bonsai exhibition at the Visitor Center, a vendor fair with tools, pottery, and plants, and expert demonstrations in the bonsai courtyard, plus a guided tour at noon and a large pruning demo at 1:30. Food trucks will be on site from 11 to 3, including Pita Delight and the mobile sidebar, offering beverages, baked goods, and lunch options. Admission includes full access to the conservatory and gardens. For directions and full details, visit hiddenlakegardens.msu.edu. Adrian College has announced the appointment of Dan Kesterke as its new director of bands, bringing one of Lenawee County's most experienced music educators back to the campus. Kesterke most recently served as the director of bands and the music department chair at Siena Heights University, where he led multiple ensembles and taught music theory, conducting, and instrumental methods. Prior to that, he served as the band director for Adrian Public Schools from 2008 to 2018. Vice President of Admissions and Student Affairs Frank Rybar said the college is excited to bring Kesterke on board as part of a broader effort to strengthen the marching band and music program. Kesterke, a 22-year resident of Lenawee County, said the transition comes at the right time. With Siena Heights University closing, the Adrian College position allows him to remain active in local music education while staying rooted in the community. His wife teaches at Adrian Public Schools, and his children attend in the district. Kesterke plans to begin his role by meeting with student musicians, assessing the band's needs, and setting program priorities. His position will involve both directing the college bands and teaching courses in music. Kesterke noted that Siena's marching band grew to 72 members last year, making it one of the largest NAIA programs of its kind. For more on Adrian College's music program, visit adrian.edu. In national news, nearly 1 year after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, the Secret Service has suspended 6 agents without pay following a federal investigation into security failures. Suspensions ranged from 10 to 42 days and included supervisors and frontline agents. The disciplinary action stems from the July 13, 2024 shooting when 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks opened fire, grazing Trump's ear and killing firefighter Corey Compertor. Agents on the scene shot and killed the gunman, but widespread scrutiny followed. A separate foiled attempt weeks later in Florida intensified pressure on the agency. Then Director Kimberly Cheadle resigned just 10 days after the attack. A Department of Homeland Security review later concluded the agency had become bureaucratic and complacent. A bipartisan House report called the attack preventable, citing failures in leadership, planning, and coordination with law enforcement. A federal judge in New Hampshire has issued a nationwide block on President Donald Trump's executive order aiming to end birthright citizenship. U.S. District Judge Joseph LaPlante ruled Thursday that the policy, which would deny citizenship to some children born in the U.S., poses irreparable harm and violates constitutional protections. The order would have limited automatic citizenship to babies with at least one parent who is a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, excluding children born to visa holders or undocumented parents. LaPlante's ruling certifies a class action for all affected children nationwide and temporarily halts enforcement of the order. However, the injunction is delayed for 7 days to give the government time to appeal. The ACLU, which filed the lawsuit, called the decision a major step toward protecting the rights of every child born on U.S. soil. The case could still reach the Supreme Court for a final ruling on the policy's constitutionality. Let's take a look at the weather here in Lenawee County. Tonight, expect a warm and muggy evening across Lenawee. Temperatures will hover in the low to mid 80s through sunset, gradually dipping into the upper 70s by late evening. Skies will remain partly to mostly cloudy with no measurable rain expected. Winds will stay light out of the south-southwest between 2 to 8 miles per hour. Humidity will rise steadily, peaking near 84% by 11 p.m., so it'll feel warmer than it looks. Heat index values will stay in the 80s well into the night. If you're heading out, it'll be sticky but dry. A towel might be more useful than an umbrella. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies will dominate the day with a high near 89 degrees and humidity around 70%, making it feel even hotter. Winds will pick up slightly out of the south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, especially during the late afternoon or early evening. Keep an eye on the sky if you're planning outdoor events. Sunrise is at 6:11 a.m. and sunset at 9:11 p.m. Expect an overnight low around 70 degrees with a few clouds and calm winds. Monday, sunny and pleasant with a high of 88, lows around 65 with low humidity and clear skies. Tuesday, mostly sunny, hot, and climbing to 91 degrees, overnight low of 69. Wednesday, scattered afternoon thunderstorms are possible, a high near 89 with increasing clouds and humidity. In sports, the women's final is set at Wimbledon with American Amanda Anisimova taking on Poland's Iga Świątek this Saturday at a first-time career matchup. Anisimova, seeded 13th, upset world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in a hard-fought semifinal Thursday, winning 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. The 23-year-old is now headed to her first ever Grand Slam final and becomes the first American woman to reach a Wimbledon final since Serena Williams in 2019. Świątek, a 5-time Grand Slam champion, cruised past Switzerland's Belinda Bencic 6-2, 6-0, needing just 71 minutes to secure her spot. It's also her first Wimbledon final appearance. Both players praised each other's games post-match, with Anisimova calling Świątek an unbelievable player and Świątek saying she's surprised and proud to finally find success on the grass. The championship clash promises power, finesse, and a high-stakes debut for both finalists on the sport's most iconic stage. Phoenix Suns star Devin Booker has agreed to a 2-year, $145 million contract extension, locking him in through the 2030 NBA season. According to ESPN, the deal sets a new league record for a highest annual salary in an extension, $72.5 million per year. Booker, 28, was previously under a 4-year, $224 million Supermax deal signed in 2022. Combined, he'll earn over $316 million across the next 5 seasons. A 4-time All-Star and 2021-22 first-team All-NBA pick, Booker has been a franchise cornerstone since being drafted 13th overall in 2015. He's averaged 24.4 points per game across his career, and he was the NBA's leading postseason scorer in 2023 with 33.7 points per game. Booker led the Suns to the 2021 Finals and continues to be one of the league's top offensive threats. And that's it for the WLEN Evening News. You have a great weekend, Lenawee. I'll see you all on Monday.
Count on WLEN, Lenawee's local news station, to keep you informed with accurate and dependable information 24 hours a day.